said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Texas A&M Aggies. Squaring off with another team from the Pac-12, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Wolverines will get us started with the opening kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. From the gun, running back gets to give. Ball is loose. Defense falls on the wall. Going to be a turnover.
Well, that's not the start this offense wanted. Your starting running back puts it on the ground on his very first carry. This is a guy they need to have a big game. They need him to get his confidence going, and that last play isn't going to do that.
Great place to start for this offense. Dropping back, it's Francis. They go to the wide receiver screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
We're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Got his man quickly. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Here's a quick throw out to the left. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. To the ground with the back. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction Boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's when you see the great A&M teams. Really good offensive line, paving the way for those backs and those great teams they've had.
And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
A&M comes back out with another first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
The play action fake. Fires to the big fella. At the 35, he's loose. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man in the middle. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Trying to bull his way in. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. And the Aggies had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Go straight ahead. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
2nd and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches? Who are my big bodies out wide that I can throw them the football and they can make a play over top of somebody.
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Try to barge their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy time and time again trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. And the Wolverines headed quickly to the line. Dropping back, it's Francis. Throwing right. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Making great decisions, that's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Gerbach, and the guy, can't remember, drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, well, that guy, what was his name? Tom Brady? Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, he was pretty good too. But when you think about Michigan, you don't always think about the quarterbacks, and you don't always think about airing it out. But again, if you want to be a great college football team nowadays, you better be able to throw that pigskin.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Cox. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Back to pass. Quick strike complete. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
Well, the field goal kicker can step away from the net and go sit down, grab some water. They're not going to need him just quite yet. That was a great play call. Throwing the ball on 3rd and short in field goal range. They get the completion, now setting up 1st and goal.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Caught in the backfield, it's Wagner. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They'd really rather not have to settle for 3. It's 3rd and goal from the 6. To the air, it's Francis. Quarterback now breaking the field. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Michigan!
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now and I'm using my athleticism and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. He's going to fire deep. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Aggie. Once he got some room, it was over.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Wide receiver comes in motion. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The offense changing the play. Now the play fake. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. To the air, it's Francis. Buys a little time with his feet. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on third down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
On fourth down, going to the air. It's picked off, and that's number 10. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching you. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Makes the grab. It's Frazier. Open space at the 25. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
To the end zone, and it's picked off. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Looking for room, it's Cox. Past the sticks, and he may get more. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. See that maze in blue, and you expect tough-minded, hard-nosed running attacks.
I expect big, physical, huge linemen that don't like people, that are going to move them out of the way and do just this, what we did right here. Move the sticks, get first downs on the ground. That's who Michigan is.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Trying to set up the screen. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Give to the back. Finding an escape route. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the grab on the left. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. Trying play action. Now adjusting. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Lived to fight another down.
Looking to throw, it's Francis. Here comes the heat. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Finds him out of the backfield. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Wolverines will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Got a man. It's Smith. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They'll run play action. Quickly complete. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Slings it. Hauls it in. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a 1st down here late in the half. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. At the 45 on his way. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the 2nd quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
It's 1st down from the 37-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
2nd and 10. He'll throw again. It's complete to the left. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
And that was a really good job by the defense. Again, keeping everything in front of you in that situation, and now you're rewarded with the 3rd and long. So on this down, we'll see if they bring some pressure or if they lay back and play something.
few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain. That should be the final play of the first half. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Across the 45. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Texas A&M has it teed up to start this second half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
You know, if you're going to complete these dagger throws, you've got to have great anticipation as a quarterback. You almost got to throw it before the receiver comes out of the break. You need better timing on that play.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Now on the move. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Back to throw, it's Francis. And they can't make the connection on third down.
Tie game here early in the second half, and offensively you're hoping to get something going, but after that incompletion, it kind of kills all of your momentum. This quarterback is really going to have to lock in here for the rest of this game if they're going to win.
Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They put together a pretty good drive the last time they had it, but that fourth down stop kept them from getting anything on the board. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Finds the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. The 30, the 20. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And that one will give them the lead.
And back in the day, you used to line up and your tight end was a blocker and you threw it to him short. Now, these guys are being so dynamic in space and so athletic. Now they can make big, huge plays for your offense and put points on the board in a hurry.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Powers through the defender. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Making side adjustments here. Back to pass, it's Francis. Got his man on the right. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Wolverines are in the hurry-up. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Big third down conversion, getting the ball to your running back, and he does the rest. This guy, I think, will get a lot more touches.
And you want to know why he's on the field on third down? Because he can block, he can catch the ball, and you can also hand it off to him, and he can go find the sticks and keep drives alive. What a weapon.
Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. It's Cox. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Showing off the arm. He goes out of bounds right at midfield.
How about the speed and athleticism in the back end of this defense? They came after the tight end with conviction, and they land a huge hit to prevent him from getting the first.
The Wolverines come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Grab behind the line. It's Cox. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
Yeah, and I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Going for it all. And that pass is caught at the 25. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time. And he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. On the run, deep down the right side.
When you talk about versatility of the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Rush is on him. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
He slides that just inside the right upright. That'll bring him to within 4. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Illinois is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Jeff George should never be counted out of any game. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to Pittsburgh. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Got the first down and still on his feet. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty...
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
Got his man to the left. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. And we've reached the end of the third. Time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for the big play. Makes the grab at the 30. He'll work his way down to the 28.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies! They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There were a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit, and just start being more aggressive and take some chances.
Breaks into the open. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. To the air. It's Francis. Here's the pressure. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing. We're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that fourth down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Well, no mystery on that play call, right? You've got the lead late in the game. You've gotten the ball back on the other side of the 50 on your opponent's side, and so you're just going to run it. And it's fine if they know that. You just want to stay on the field and bleed this clock, and you got to start thinking about where are your best run-it runs. Which side of this offensive line is the strongest? Which guys defensively do you want to attack so you can take as much time off the clock as possible?
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
Rides to back and leaves it on the option. He does not get there. Stopped at the 25-yard line, and let's see what they do now on 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. There is no doubt, at this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Michigan offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Looking downfield, it's Francis. Buys a little time. Fires on the move. Got his man on the right. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And the drive has been really, really solid. And we've got to maximize this possession. Down a couple of possessions. Got to make sure we're aggressive. Not reckless, but aggressive. And make sure we've got a plan for the shorter part of the field down here so we can get a touchdown.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Connection to the right. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the 1st down.
Wants to keep it in the air. Pressure coming. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. And the Wolverines in the hurry-up.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Throws toward the end zone. Intercepted for the 11th time this season.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Complete to the right. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. The Aggies will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own. Unfortunately, ended up losing the offensive.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. They're working that left side. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
This running back is a weapon. Not only is he going to hurt you in the run game, but they're going to throw it to him, and they're going to throw it to him on 1st down, 2nd down, and 3rd down, as you saw right there.
Power football with the run. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a 1st down just outside the red zone. With the clock running, this should be the final play.